We're not against rap. We're not against rappers. But we are against those.
Something big about to happen. I hear the beat tapping.
We some fly rhyming felines rapping on the track. Better yet, grab a gat, cause we hot like Enzo. Doors closed, windows up, cause that's the way we like to ride. Windy City hitting. Check mic 1 2 1 2. We live, baby.
Hey, it's Kaylee Cuoco for Priceline. Ready to go to your happy place for a happy price? Well, why didn't you say so? Just download the Priceline app right now and save up to 60% on hotels. So whether it's Cousin Kevin's Kazoo Concert in Kansas City, go Kevin, or Becky's Bachelorette Bash in Bermuda, you never have to miss a trip ever again. So download the Priceline app today. Your savings are waiting.
Go to your happy place for a happy price. Go to your happy price, Priceline.
Yo, 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 what's up, Chicago? And welcome to episode 462 of Speak Your Mind Radio. I'm your hostess with the mostest, Queen Star, aka Ms. Hip Hop. And today is Sunday, July 30th, 2023, and it's currently a breezy 77 degrees, okay? And in today's program, we'll be discussing Queens rapper Nas's 16th studio album, Magic 2. And it dropped last Friday, July 21st. And Mass Appeal Records dropped it. Actually, Nas is a co-founder of Mass Appeal Records, which is pretty cool. Anyway, the album Magic 2 is the sequel of his 2021 album, Magic, okay? And it's also the fifth consecutive Nas album produced by no other than Hit Boy, following the King's Disease trilogy and the Magic Project, okay? But before we get started, guys, I'd like to introduce my fly guest, that's right, of the day from Big Crown Music, Chicago producer, Ken. What's up, man?
What's going on with you? How you doing?
I'm feeling fine. How about you?
I'm all good. 462 episodes?
Yeah.
You're doing it for a minute. That's what's up, though.
For sure. Thank you.
Yeah. But I'm all good. Just wanted to chop it up with you about, a classic record by, a rap legend,
For sure. And actually, before we continue chopping it up, I like to start this show off the right way with a traditional icebreaker question for you. All right?
All right, cool.
Okay. We can say, what's your favorite Nas song that made you fall in love with hip hop?
My favorite Nas song made me fall in love with hip hop. I would say that It Ain't Hard to Tell was the one for me. You know what I mean? Because I'm a big Michael Jackson fan, and I'm also a large Professor fan, which is the producer of It Ain't Hard to Tell. And that was one of the songs that made me also want to get into music production too. Because for that to be such a huge Michael Jackson song, and for Nas to be able to convey that song into a hip hop classic is like, wow, you don't really get that often. You know what I mean? Because if you use a Michael Jackson song, so to speak, you're gonna get a pop song, you're gonna get a radio song, something like that. This was like this was a hip hop classic where it's like, you hear it here and there, but you don't hear it on the radio all the time. But it was still a classic joint. So that's the Nas song that pretty much had me open.
Wow, that's definitely for sure, because Michael Jackson himself is magnetic, and you touch one of his songs, it's going to turn to gold anyway. So Human Nature, I think everybody touched on that track, you know what I'm saying? Remade it, Chris Brown, SWV,
Yes,
the list goes on, literally.
Yes, for sure. So yeah, that's definitely the one. I think that I remember in high school, we had a music class, and you had to they had like a little green screen back in the day to where you can like make a video on whatever song you wanted to make. And I chose that song as my song. That it was basically like a karaoke video where I'm rapping like I'm Nas and whatnot. So it's crazy we having this conversation now because I just remembered that's the song that I did back in the day. So yeah, that is kind of crazy.
That is definitely crazy. Wow. Okay. Let's move on for a minute. Let's start this talking about Magic too.
Okay.
Let me ask you, like, I'm gonna get straight to it. Overall, before we get into certain songs, what is your rating of this album, Nas Magic 2? 1 through 10.
Okay, I was about to ask you, are we doing like the stars? Are we doing the mic method? So 1 through 10?
Yeah, let's do the mic method.
Okay, mic method. This gets a 4.5 stars. This gets a 4.5 mic rather. You know what I mean? So 4.5 mic album. You know what I mean? It's definitely it doesn't sound like songs that was just put together. This is definitely a project that is very much a modern, up-to-date sound for a rapper who's been rapping well over 30 years. You know what I mean? And that's within itself is something that's amazing. The fact that, you know, we have an album from a legacy artist that sounds like today's music. So for me, it gets 4.5 mics. You know what I mean? And I really like the album a lot. I've been playing it a lot ever since it came out.
Wow. So I'm gonna say 10 mics. Is that the right method? Because it was like,
well, you can do 10 stars, but ain't no such thing as 10 mics though.
oh.
But it's like, I mean, hold on, 5 mics. Now I see what you're saying. Look, let me give you understanding. So it's only up to 5 mics. So me saying 4.5 sound in your mind, I guess you figure like, damn, you thought it would have said 10. No.
Yeah.
If we talking about mics, it's only up to 5. Now 4.5 mic, 5 mics is classic. There's like nothing else can really top it. Illmatic was 5 mics. You know what I'm saying? So this album is definitely 4.5, which is pretty much, you know, damn near a classic, but it's definitely about 4.5. So in your point of view, you know what I mean, you're giving it 10 stars, which I get. You're giving it 5 mics in your point of view. So I guess.
Yeah.
Know? Okay.
Most definitely. I'm gonna piggyback off what you said as far as Nas being a prophetic rapper, and I think he gets that legacy passed on down from his father, who's like a jazz musician. I talk about him all the time, and you know, he puts a lot of history in his rhymes. It's not just, you know, I'm just making music. I'm making you open your mind and stimulate those brain cells. You know what I'm saying? That's why I love Nas and his storytelling techniques. It's like unbelievable. So this album for me definitely got 5 mics and 10 stars, hands down, period.
Okay, cool. So is Nas always been your brand of hip hop? Like, you know, what's okay. I mean, like, not just like, you know, I mean, like, what's like who's your favorite rapper?
That's funny because one of my favorite rappers is Drake and another one is J. Cole. And the reason being is because I'm into poetry. So if you can break it down concisely for me to dissect on my own and digest, and then I really appreciate that. You know what I'm saying? Make me think, make me look something up. You know what I'm saying? I like to read.
Okay. Got you. So do you, not to change the topic though, but how is it that Drake is one of your favorite rappers and Drake pen is suspect?
Wait, what's that last part? Drake being a what?
Drake pen, his writing pen is suspect.
Oh.
You know, when it comes to, you know, him not necessarily conjuring up his own words.
That's powerful, because that's what magic is about, is that speaking of that tongue and manifesting things into reality. So as far as Drake is concerned, he's a big manifester himself. Now, there's a lot of rappers out there that deliver lines, but ain't wrote nothing. You feel me? They need help writing it, but you know how to deliver it. You know how to master it. You know who to work with. You are trying to stay relevant. That's what Drake is doing or whatever. He just came in a time of the game where, you know what I'm saying, like, he had to stick with a certain generation. Drake is almost 40 years old, and he got like 20 some year olds after him and loving his music and stuff because he worked with people like 21 Savage and J. Cole. You feel me?
Yeah.
So it's just different for everyone.
Got you. Okay, understood. So yeah, with Nas, when they announced the album, you know what I mean, it was about a little over a week ago, and it was like I started hearing rumors about Nas dropping a new album next Friday, and it was like, okay, and they said it was Magic 2. So when they said it was Magic 2, I knew it was like another effort with Hit Boy. And like I was saying, I think that at one point after King Disease 3, I felt like, you know, him and Hit Boy's run was phenomenal. It was like, okay, sounds good. You know what I mean? It's nothing can be compared up to this point when you have one producer and one artist together on one joint. This is great. Okay, so now let's see what Nas does next. Some people were saying they want him to work back with DJ Premier, Pete Rock, go back to the, you know, era of when he was at his height, so to speak. But when it comes to art, you know what I mean? You can't put limitation, or you can't put a stipulation on how art should be made. So, you know, him still making albums with Hit Boy, a part of me did want him to kind of go into another direction to try other stuff, but yet still this music is so good, it's like, don't break what's not fixed. I mean, what's the other word? Don't fix what isn't broken. So I don't know what the hell I got it.
I hear you.
Don't fix what isn't broken.
Yeah.
So it's like, you know, I'm more appreciative, especially after listening to the new Magic 2. I'm more appreciative of their collaborations together, and I'm more like actually looking forward to maybe, hey, they may do another series of albums. You know what I mean? But it's rare that a rapper and a producer, especially who wasn't linked from the beginning, can be able to create in this manner.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So yeah.
And Chauncey is definitely on his stuff. When I say Chauncey, that's Hit Boy right there.
Okay. Yeah, you know the real names and all that. Okay, I got you.
Yeah, you know, I follow him a little bit. You can work with some amazing people like Kanye West on good music, like in 2011. Gotcha. That's kind of like how he got his start anyway. So
yeah.
I believe that.
And a part of me too, when it comes to Magic and their whole collaboration together from all the King Diseases, I think that when Kanye made the album with Nas, by Kanye being Kanye, he figured like, okay, this is about to be another seminal moment in hip hop. This is about to be a classic we about to drop. And he came out and it was severely underwhelming. So by Hit Boy being in the camp of Kanye a little bit, Hit Boy say, okay, look, I'm about to work with Nas now. I'm about to show you what a classic is. So I think that kind of, I don't think that it was something that was done in a malice, from a malice point of view. It was just a connection between them two that was so much more of a historic move versus the Kanye move. You know what I mean? Because you really, everything that Hit Boy and Nas has dropped from the rip has been better than the whole Kanye and Nas joint. You know what I mean? So especially, you know, let's talk about Magic 2. I mean, the joint Abracadabra, you know what I mean? That really sets the album off to where it's like, you know, you really you listening to it and you not even thinking like, oh, this is a 30-year-old rapper rapping over 2023 music. No, you like, okay, I'm really rocking with this music. It was like a whole renewed rapper out there just, you know, just spitting on a 2023 music. You know what I mean? And I love that's my favorite song on the album.
I think honestly that's everybody's favorite song on the album. It was catchy. It was like, you know, ear catching and everything, because everything we just got through discussing, from the producers he worked with in the past, Hit Boy to Kanye to everybody, that's described Abracadabra. You know what I'm saying? Abracadabra was him saying like, you know, we had our 5-album run, and you know what I'm saying, if I continue to go, I'm continue to go because I am who I am. And people be trying to place him in the box like, oh, let's take him back to his heyday when he had it. But like, what are you talking about? A classic is a classic. There's no sense of saying relevant because you already are.
Facts.
Oh, that's what Abracadabra was for me.
Yeah. So yeah. It's some highlights. It's more highlights on the album than lowlights. I mean, I haven't really heard anything. It's a couple tracks I kind of was so on, but for the most part, I think the album is almost a classic. Definitely Abracadabra, definitely the Bouquet and Woodbine joint, Urban Magic Johnson. You know what I mean? I've gone back to this to the album, listened to these songs multiple times already, and it's only been a week. So
Exactly. That's how crazy it is. And I'm gonna get into it, but for the people that's on Spotify listening to this, you know what I'm saying, under the actual music, y'all about to hear a little piece of Abracadabra now, and we'll be right back. Okay, guys, that was Abracadabra. If you heard it, then you know. But yeah, Abracadabra is really a good track and everything. And like I said, Abracadabra just means I will create as I speak, and that's a part of the theme of Magic too. What's your thoughts?
It's definitely a joint that it really would put you in the mind frame of, this is not something that just finna, you just about to listen to and it's just gonna be brushed under the rug. This is something about to be talked about for years to come. It's definitely an album that the song and the album is definitely an album that it's made in the realm of it being also played with a newer artist music, also being played with, whoever's the hottest out right now, even though the author of this album has been rapping for 3 decades. This music is played in the same vein as 2023 music. You know what I mean? So it's like it's almost it's almost undefeated to a certain degree that an artist could drop an album like this, and to be rapping for so long and for it to connect in such a deep level, it's almost like it's mind blowing to a certain degree.
Yeah, I definitely agree. Abracadabra on that.
Yes, facts.
That's
Yeah,
funny.
yeah.
Let's talk about another track. Matter of fact, I'm going to talk about Office Hours with 50 Cent, because I know a lot of people were surprised about that. And he only got 2 features on his whole album, 11 tracks, and it's for a reason, right?
Yeah. 50 actually posted it on his IG, because 50 be trolling a lot of people. 50 do a lot of joking, coming at people, whatnot. But when 50 posted it, it was like, oh, okay, I kind of had an idea that they beef wasn't what it used to be. It kind of simmered a little bit, but I didn't know it got to the point where they were actually making music together. So when I saw that, 50 was gonna be on the track on the Nas new album, I was like, okay, I'm anticipating. I gotta hear what they come up with. You know what I mean? And the end result, it was dope. It was a dope track. You know what I mean? 50 called a little flack because it wasn't as his bars wasn't as long as maybe people expected, so to speak. You know what I mean? And his bars, to me personally, was okay. It wasn't 50's best work, you know what I mean, but it wasn't whack neither, you know what I mean? So I'm more or less okay, glad that they was able to get together and create something, and be on good terms, versus that's more of a win versus the song being the most phenomenal song, so to speak. You know what I mean? So I rock with it.
Definitely, I rock with it too. And that little beef that they had was over something so silly.
Yeah.
So 50, as everybody know, Nas is the one that pushed 50 out there in the first place. That's the only reason why we know about 50 Cent is because of a Nas, period.
Yeah.
And when he did that, 50 Cent was supposed to do a song with Jennifer Lopez at the time. And she felt like Nas would be a better fit on the song. And so 50 was mad. So people took it and ran with like, oh, he mad because Jennifer Lopez pushed him to the side to get Nas on this track. I'm going to be all right. Mind you, this was all the way in 2011, but 50, came clean. He was like, I was never mad at Nas. I just mad that he didn't call me and tell me, hey, I'm going to do the song with J-Lo instead. That's what he was mad about, because they was friends.
Yeah. Oh wow. Okay. So when you find out stuff later on, it'd be like that's what it was over. You know what I'm saying? It'd be petty. Wow. But music then was so competitive when it comes to who worked with who, and I'm sure at that point, I mean, it was at that point, it wasn't Nas' fault. You know what I mean? It was like somebody else, third party, come into play, and it caused issue between these two people. So that's like, but here we are, 2023. All we have is today, and the latest we have from them two is a collaboration, which is a dope song. You know what I mean? Nas obviously stepped up. Every song Nas pretty much did his thing. You know what I mean? I can't really point to any joints on here that really let me down in any way.
No,
So
I can't either. Matter of fact, the other feature, like I said, he had was on 21 Savage, and I know people was like, why he do a song with 21 Savage? And the guy just said he was irrelevant and stuff like that, which he did say that.
yeah.
But he tried to pretend like the media twisted his words, and long
Which we
story.
all literally heard the words he said. You know what I mean?
Right. Everybody heard you on Clubhouse, dude. So
yeah. Now that record, now my initial reaction to that record was, oh, okay, it's cool. I'm glad that, and it was such a quick turnaround versus the controversy. It was almost like a week later they had the song out. It was like, because 21 Savage caught so much heat for his words, his criticism. It's like, how could you come at you can come at certain rappers, but a certain rappers you just don't come at in any form. You know what I mean? So it was like, how you come at Nas and put your record up versus Nas record. You know what I'm saying? Put your career up versus Nas career. How could somebody like you say something like that about a legend like Nas? So for Nas to turn around and say, okay, you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna get together and we actually going to debunk what it is that your point of view about my relevancy. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna do a song together. So I mean, that was the best move to make as far as, you know what I'm saying, right? Creating music together versus, you know what I mean, beefing and, having some type of, animosity towards somebody which you ain't gonna see or you ain't gonna do nothing about when you see them. You know what I mean? So I think it was a good collaboration. Now the song itself, I get that song about, if we doing a scale of 1 to 10, I get that song about a 6.5, 7 for me personally, because I'm different when it comes to the vibes that it is that I rock with music, so to speak. That don't make me a know-it-all. It don't make me a kind of. It don't make me the professor of music. No, it's just like that's how I was feeling it. You know what I mean?
definitely, I felt that and everything, which is why I embraced Nas's a courageous attitude toward it, because he's been from that era of beefing, you know what I'm saying? Before there was social media, and he's seen his comrades get gunned down violently over some miscommunications that was said, you know what I'm saying? So that's why music is very powerful. So he decided to take that negative energy and turn it into positive energy and say, you know what, let me school you. Let me school you on a couple of things. We're not going to go back and forth. We're going to take this as an opportunity for you to gain some new fans and for me to continue to gain new fans in my quote unquote relevant time.
Yeah, exactly.
I like that.
It's just like, he just, like Nas won his first Grammy a couple years ago from, dealing with the Hit Boy, you know what I mean, a collaboration, you know what I mean? So it's like, he's obviously relevant. You don't win a Grammy unless you hella relevant, you know what I mean? Because Chris Brown and Robert Glasper kind of had this same issue not too long ago when it comes to Robert Glasper winning Grammy in the R&B category, I believe, and Chris Brown, like, who the hell is Robert Glasper? Who knows him? You know what I mean? And Chris Brown caught a lot of flack for that, because it's like, if you really into R&B music, into the music, you know what I'm saying? You know Robert Glasper. You know what I mean? He worked with everybody. You know what I mean? So it's not about, you know what I'm saying, right, your name, so to speak. It's not about how popular you are. It's about your work at the end of the day. You know what I mean? So yeah.
Exactly.
So I can appreciate, you know what I'm saying, the collaboration. I'm actually a fan of 21 Savage, to be honest with you. And most people are surprised that I am, because because of the music I make and kind of how the vibes that I'm on, so to speak. But I'm about a vibe. If your vibe is dope, then I'm rocking with you. You know what I'm saying? I'm huge into Currency. Currency is one of my favorite rappers too. He's like, he makes music that's based on the vibe. You know what I mean? As far as right now, I mean, Nas is still in my top 3 rappers of all time. You know what I mean, right? But to speak on vibes, Kendrick Lamar is like been my favorite rapper the last decade. You know what I mean? Because it's the vibes, it's the storytelling, it's the construction of albums, of how, you're putting a story together for your whole album. You know what I mean? So and for Nas to continue to be talked about in this realm, you know what I mean? Magic 2 is definitely a project that I think that out of all the collaborations between him and Hit Boy, I think King Disease 3 was the pinnacle. It was very much like that's that's the one, you know what I mean? But this one here is giving all of them a run for their money.
Yeah, most definitely is giving a run for their money. Nas is extremely intelligent when it comes to the distribution of his music. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody's a Nas fan if you grew up with him in the '90s. Period. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah,
he
that's for
never
sure.
would go out of style. You know.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean to be, just going into his 50th year, you know what I mean? It's like, okay, where can he go from here? It's like as a rapper and an artist, you know, you don't really have to retire. Only in hip hop they give you that, okay, it's time to hang it up. It's a retirement tag. And other genres they don't have that. But by, Nas continuing to age like wine, you know what I'm saying? It's like, okay, what I'm interested to see what will be his next moves as far as in the music game. Like he's obviously killing it in other forms of entertainment. You know what I mean? He's definitely doing his thing from there. You know what I mean? But it all boils down to what it is that we all know you for, and that's the music. You know what I mean? So, like I was saying earlier, I got to a point with the Hit Boy collaborations where I was like, okay, all of it is dope. Okay, what's next, so to speak? I'm at that point now, kind of like, okay, let's see what he do now, because after 5 projects with a producer, people tend to say, okay, we take that, we accept that, that's dope. You know what I mean? We can't hate on it. You know what I mean? Okay, so what's coming up next, so to speak? But I guess it's best not to just try to go forward now because we just got some a week ago. So let me just take a couple steps back and just say I appreciate Magic 2 for being such a dope record. You know what I mean? It's like I really can't hate on it too much. You know what I mean?
Most definitely. And just to, quote unquote, wrap it up so people can go out and listen for themselves. One mic, one gun was like a play on words because Nas just used that 21 Savage for the right reasons. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? And
yeah,
this is just a great album overall, and it is definitely something worth looking forward to. Because he even said in Abracadabra, like, by the time you hear this, we already on to the next two. And I'm like, I already know, like, you guys are
yeah.
creating like in your sleep. You know what I'm saying?
And with a producer like Hit Boy, by me being a producer as well, I mean, he's so versatile to where it's like I've listened to each song on the album I listened to, I was like, okay, he hit this style. Then he go to another track, he hit that style. The song Motion, if it besides Abracadabra, Motion is probably it's like my 1A to 1B. Motion has that classic hip hop drum break type vibe to Motion. You know what I mean? But yet still, it's still Nas sounding so fresh, so new. And Hit Boy is able to create in a way to where it's like you never know what you're gonna get on each song. You know what I mean? It's like it's and that's like rare when it comes to being a singular producer, but yet being able to create in every style, so to speak, at such a high clip. You know what I mean? So just as much as Nas was just like hungry and coming to the forefront with such a renewed energy, Hit Boy with his production is so is so charging, and so it makes you just feel so energetic in a way. You know what I mean? And it's like him and his ability to do that is just as important as Nas being able to do what he do too.
Yeah, I definitely agree. I used to think back in the day that the rappers had to have that one producer that they was really close to and understood the energy of the two. I always thought that anyway. So the fact that Hit Boy came in the middle of Nas's career, you know what I'm saying? That he
Yeah.
can work with somebody so elaborate and electrifying. I'm like, hell yeah, keep doing that for sure, you know?
Yes. 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 So I'm with you for sure on that one. Yeah.
Just one more song I just want to touch on. I don't want to touch on it. I just want to give an honorable mention. What this all really means. That song touched me to my heart because he's always talking about, like I said, his childhood, his second childhood, this, that, and the third. And it just made sense to him now. Like when I was 17 and I was thinking about these hits and I was thinking about these rhymes and I was writing poetry, it all makes sense to me now because it's like, this is my life. So the most powerful people in the world are storytellers. And Nas is indeed a storyteller, a great storyteller. Not only does he know how to narrate from his own point of view, but he listens to the mass of people and what they think too, which is why he was able to come back and do a song with 21 Savage.
Got you. Yeah, that's for sure. It's definitely, you know what I mean? It's like you say, you know, the Nas is very much more than just a rapper. You know what I mean? He's a, you know, a poet. He's an MC. He's a visionary. You know what I mean? He encompasses so much as far as the music culture that you just can't be pigeonholed and labeled as one thing. You know?
Exactly. And kudos to all those artists out there that didn't figure it out, because I didn't figure out a lot of stuff just by listening to the music. I'm telling you.
Yeah. That's for sure.
Well, thank you so much, Ken. I appreciate you coming on today's show.
Well, it's all good. I mean, you know, we like-minded in many ways, you know what I mean? And we definitely, you know, I think this is something that was worth being able to cover, you know what I mean? Something that, you know, we both felt strong about, you know what I mean? Because it really feels like, you know what I mean? A couple years ago, I felt like Nas was at his apex when it comes to having so much of a history, creating so much to where it's like, okay, wow, he's really showing that you can do this at this point, and he's still doing it at this point. You know what I mean? So I think that, you know what I mean, I'm glad that we was able to have this conversation about it.
Yeah, me too. The ambition is definitely electrifying, period.
Yeah, for sure. So, you know, this has made me want to, you know, get on my producer grind more, even though I am, you know what I'm saying, doing what I'm doing. I'm making moves as far as, you know what I'm saying, right, working with artists, you know what I mean? But this is, Nas and Hit Boy is giving me the drive and the energy to continue to get better at my craft and to work with individuals who has the vision to where we could, you know, create something, you know what I mean, that's monumental. I'm actually got a situation now with my homie Scarborough Brown, to where we have a project that we putting together, kind of like in the King Disease type style, but not style, but, you know, we have our own project to where it's like I'm the producer, he's the MC, and we have something that we are trying to a type of sound that we're coming out with when it comes to putting a project out. So, you know what I mean? I'm gonna send you the track, you know what I mean? And based on the track, I think you get a feel for understanding what it is we're trying to do.
Yeah, I most definitely look forward to that. I love listening to music because this makes sense to me now because people been sending me their music. So please do so. Okay.
I got you. Yeah, you know what I mean? He's a real dope MC. You know, he's been in Chicago rapping for a minute, you know what I mean? So yeah, I'm gonna send it to you.
All right. Thank you so much again, like I said, for stopping by, and thank you all for listening today. And please leave a review on Spotify or anywhere you hear, Apple Music, Pandora, you know the deal. Wherever you hear music, that's where I am, basically. Bye.
Peace.
You're listening to a Big Crown production.
Pearl white comforter, pure white sheets, Tempur-Pedic deep sleep, woke up in peace. It's a new day, I can smell a bouquet. Side eye, side boob, let's make a movie. Garcelle Bouvet, beauty, black boule. Do it to her boobies, till she woozy. I'm a loose screw, please screw me. Leave a weave crooked like a toupee. MC written hard off the Douce. Yours truly, made her kick push like Lupe. She brought me back sushi, trying to transcend being a group A. Told her touche, wound up staying for a few days. Kept a couple negligees in a suitcase. Doing my best not to fall in love with the coochie. Super juicy, told me that she loved Wu-Tang. Plus a Tribe Called Quest and NWA. I said, hey,
You break me bad, bad.
I break you down, baby.
When you take me there,
Take you there, baby.
You break me bad, bad.
I break you down, baby.
When you take
back bravado. When you play in my zone, penetrate your soul with the stimulating convo. Integrate, baby cakes, we make a great combo. She say she like the way I demonstrate the gospel. Coolest player I know. I move by my oath, my rules, my code. Always choose the high road. Hit you with a high dose. Now you're floating, left her on a high note, I got you open, baby made the cut, make me wanna stay in touch. Splendid, we blended like some interracial love. Waking up to your face, that's inspiration. Ladies I've been chasing, I face an elimination. Plus your energy contagious, embrace this occasion. Elated that we created something so amazing. Raised to your highest elevation, you reflect the intimate relation that we share when we connect. Much respect.
You break me back.
I break you down, baby.
When you take me there.